good, y'all? It's me again, and I'm here to rate my week for this week. So I feel like this week was, a solid 9.5 out of 10. We're getting into the last bits of the meat and potatoes of this last final stretch of the semester, and I'm feeling pretty good about my classes so far. And I'm excited for this upcoming break where I'll be able to see my family and friends back home. But all things considered, I feel like it's still going pretty well. But one piece of advice I have for y'all today is to know your why as far as, going to college or if you're ever making like a big decision in life. But as far as college is concerned, I feel like there should be a reason behind wanting to go or going to college. Because if you're just going to go, then I feel that defeats the purpose entirely. Because, in my eyes, going to college means that you're trying to become something bigger than yourself and, just working on yourself in all aspects. But, the reason behind why I chose to go to Howard is because I always I've grown up in a place and space where there weren't a lot of kids that looked like me. I love my Niles fam, but I wanted something different. I wanted to be in a place and space where the people that looked like me and who would, possibly share the same experiences as me would be the majority. And, I felt like I could thrive and, be my best self in that place and space. But, your reason could be totally different from mine. Yours doesn't have to be super, profound, but just something that's personal to you and like that you can have motivations, or that like motivations you have behind it, like making your family proud, proving to yourself and others that you're more capable than you let on, and that you are more capable than you think you are. But with all that being said, I hope y'all have an amazing night, afternoon, or morning, and I'll catch you on the next one.
To one who is holy of glory, our praise, we surrender our spirit.
At Howard, where the intensity of your devotion to your people is itself a sermon and a powerful testimony to a God we serve. The sermon's already been preached by them dancers. I mean, when the technique fails, right? When the technology fails. Besides the immigrant and bemoan their presence in our land, and yet we built this land on the backs of forced immigrants and forced labor in slavery, and we replenish this land's resources through the toil of immigrants who came to this country seeking freedom from oppression. There are folk in high places now married to immigrants. And how they get a pass on an Einstein visa. You ain't got to be Einstein to understand that ain't Einstein. Yesterday, we indiscriminately assault and oppose immigrants, failing to recognize just how much immigrants have made this land what it is today. We are sick with anti-immigrant fury. We ice them out and deport them with little regard for their families or citizenship status. And we thought it was them Mexicans or Ecuadorians, and now they're coming for Negroes too in Chicago and in Washington, D.C. The best ball players, he's up against the best white ball players. The best ball player in the game today is a 6'5" Japanese man who is hurting this nation. This passage suggests, I'm almost done, that there are 4 things we got to do to heal the land. First, we got to humble ourselves. That's hard for some people who ain't used to humbling themselves, thinking they geniuses. That means that we lose the sense of arrogance about ourselves and our nation and learn to respect other peoples and other lands. American exceptionalism has been the bane of our existence. We believe we are better, smarter, stronger, and superior to all other nations and peoples. The arrogance of American self-belief has led to us exaggerating our strengths as the only nation on earth to offer the virtues of democracy. A little more humility would lead us to see that America is hardly the exception we make ourselves out to be. The arrogance of our leaders is dispiriting and dumbfounding. We have some of the dumbest, stupidest, most ill-informed folks calling black and other minoritized folks dumb. These folks give new meaning to nittery, nuttery, nincompoopery, to tomfoolery, to sheer dumbassery. When we are humble, we admit we don't know everything. Isn't it amazing how in some of our churches, we get the assertion that I know, 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 that I know. You don't know. You hoping, you praying, you wishing, because if you knew it wouldn't be faith. Faith is addressing the absence of existential affirmation and empirical knowledge until you get to face with what you're thinking about. So you don't know that you know, you hope that you hope that you hope, you wish that you wish that you wish, you pray that you pray that you pray. Stop being so arrogant about knowing that God spoke to you. Some people tell me God spoke to them and I say, what language was God speaking? Were you able to translate